Welcome to a spirit animal message. For this message, we started out with Ladybug, good luck. Ladybug, good luck. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. And when I was pulling this initially, I was feeling the feet of the ladybug stood out to me, and how, they have those like little feeler senses on their feet looking like little things. And it was just like there was this energy of like putting your feelers into the right place, being drawn to the right place. Good luck surrounding a situation where you end up lucking into something maybe you require right now. Sea otter happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. And what I love about this image is that there's this family of otters, and then we see puffins, which is a symbolism for partnership. So I feel like it's like your family is going to form new connections. So you and your family are gaining new connections. I'm just trying to feel if there is anything more. It's like someone has their eyes on you in some way also. And I feel it's the energy that you project, and it's attracting attention. It's like you being your loving self, your natural loving self is attracting attention that is positive. These are people that would like to be a part of your journey in some way. And then we have frog, prosperity. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. Prosperity. You got happiness, good luck, and prosperity. So, and you're bringing in partnerships. There's this feeler energy, feeling out there. And then today I kept seeing eggs. Like, there was so many times where I was coming across animals today where they were giving birth, or the egg, there was like an egg, there was like this repeating energy. At one time I was even holding a rose quartz egg. So I feel like parts of your future moving forward is getting what it needs now to grow. So you may be starting a new phase of life, or like it's some form of starting over, and you've been possibly starting new beginnings with leveling up yourself. You're going to suddenly start winning as far as like whatever you're engaging with. I just don't want to move too quickly. I feel like there's something more here that I'm missing. There's a pattern. I feel like there's a form of abundance that is right in front of you. And it's about to... I almost think about how sometimes if you don't notice a frog and how they can just like jump out of nowhere and kind of startle you or startle a person. Not always, but it's just like because they camouflage themselves, and then, you know, if a person doesn't notice it and it's just suddenly that certain things starts jumps. I get this energy of almost like abundant, if that's the symbolism, is a frog like jumping out of almost nowhere and like maybe even startling a person. I almost feel like there's this energy where a financial windfall of some sort is going to jump into your life maybe out of nowhere. Or and it's going to come from somewhere, clearly. It's just going to come, it's going to catch you off guard. And then we are starting out with this Queen of Wands. And this is this Alice in Wonderland themed cards. And I think about how, you know, the Queen of Hearts, when Alice perceives her leadership role, perceives who she is. I think of when Alice even tells the Queen, you know, something about, I don't know why I should play this silly game, you know, you're gonna win, or something like that. And, you know, the Queen takes that as a compliment and, you know, doesn't use those terms of like, I'm gonna, you know, take your head. But no, I feel like you're standing in your power and you're standing in such a power where it's like you're the boss. You're the boss. And you're appreciative when people are treating you in your position that you are. It's like you can't even perceive anyone that isn't perceiving you the way that you, if they're not perceiving the position that you are. And then we have the Empress cross. Okay. So what is crossing you is the Empress. This could be you receiving a job offer also. You see Alice is also this energy assisting the, what was that, the White Queen. The Good Witch. She's assisting the Good Witch, but she also assists the Queen of Hearts. So it's like she's this assist. there could be this potentiality where you become an assistant to someone. Although I feel like this is you. I feel like you're becoming a boss in a way where it's like you train the next version of you. And you appreciate, those that individual that you're passing this, wisdom off to, that they acknowledge you for, the work that you've put in. I feel like there was this destiny where you have a lot of choices in front of you, where you may have this like childlike enthusiasm. You're making maybe some quick decisions about your destiny is to be able to make those quick decisions and perceive through illusions. You see how some of these doors have just symbols on there that, like this one looks like it's a ghost, right? So opening that door, it could be full of the in-between. And then, you see the flamingo. So she goes into that door. She could be playing a game with the queen. So I feel like you're connecting to your inner child to get the inspiration to get the inspiration for the choices that you're making. It's like you're connecting to that playful side of you, that more maybe spontaneous side of you, to assist with decisions that you're making right now. And then we have the Hierophant. This is in your distant past. So you may have worked through some form of schooling or just some learning or opening up from within, learning what was needed or what was required for you now, but it wasn't like you meant to do it. It's almost like Alice walking down that path, and those moments, just her meeting up with those moments, and the Cheshire Cat sort of coming through in the right time to let her know, you can go left or right in this situation. And you kept choosing you. That's another part of this. It was like you kept, not to say in a selfish way, you perceived the present moment of B as it was, presented with choices, you chose the path that consistently put the progression of you so that you could also meet the world itself in the middle in a more balanced way, despite anything, which led to you being in the right place at the right time, which is why you've led yourself into this position that you're leading, as this is in the past. There may have been some hidden things that were hidden from you. It was in the recent past, things that were hidden or not being revealed to you, about people that were maybe in competition or maybe fighting or in disagreement behind your back. Oh. Nine of Pentacles, because you were coming out as leveling up so consistently that it triggered other people to feel this desire to possibly talk crap about you behind your back. But you're also coming out in this recent past as the Nine of Pentacles, which is just before the 10, whole and completion. So you're making the progress, you're gaining in your finances, or you're gaining in momentum towards what is meant for you. And you're surrounded by this foundation of love. It's almost like Mother Earth is speaking to her through the flowers, right? So it was like you and Mother Earth working together in some way. The Raven. Maybe connecting to animals themselves in some way where they had inspired you or guided you in actual ways. I think of an experience myself. Moving into the future, we have the Seven of Wands, which is standing ready. Four of Wands, an event. So this is a future influence. So you could be taking a connection or a relationship to another level. This is also justice. So standing ready to dish out justice to protect a connection that means a great deal to you. You've had to stand your ground about a connection that means a lot to you. You had to defend yourself from how others felt. And you see how these wands, you don't see the people, but you see these wands all aiming for her. So this could have been coming from many angles, some of which so much of which you were just like caught off guard, but also standing ready, because you were always standing ready. You're always ready to take care of that protection of self. I feel like you're going to get justice over this situation because of how you stand, who you are. You're not doing anything that would cause you to not be successful. So I feel like just you being yourself, you receive a justice over a connection that means a great deal to you. It's like you have also disarmed others is something I'm feeling right now. It's almost like you've disarmed all of those people you are disarming so many people that perhaps just felt like they wanted to put their, get in the way in some fashion for this connection. A perspective is there's going to be some new communication with you and someone else. So an important conversation is about to happen. And this is something that you've dreamt would happen, or you've prayed, and it's like your inner being is manifesting this moment to come into your life. All the elements are in alignment with this. And then I think about how this is the smoke coming out of the caterpillar, and how, while he's this caterpillar, he's there, he's introspecting, he's chilling, really. And then Alice comes along, and, he goes through this whole moment of standing up for himself, of his height, right? He was standing up for how tall he was. Because she was like 3 feet is such a wretched height, and he was like, or 3 inches, such a wretched height, and he was like 3 inches is a very good height indeed. And he puffs away, and then he suddenly turns into the butterfly, and then reminds her that one side of the mushroom will make her grow shorter and the other side will make her grow taller. But he stood his ground, and it immediately turned into a butterfly and flew away. So somehow you have stood your ground, and you're about to immediately transform through a manifestation in some way, possibly. Not immediately, not like, blooming in the middle of a moment, but I mean, it's going to happen so quick, I feel. Or it's going to feel like it came in quick. It's the moment of how it happens, I feel like, is where the quickness is. It's almost like suddenly things are one way, and then the right thing happens, and then things suddenly change. People become aware. And then, the authenticity of the present moment, the clarity, brings things into this manifestation, into the present moment. Knight of Swords. You're going to be feeling like there's just so much communication coming at you at once. Because this is like that Knight of Swords. He's gone into battle, or he's gone on his adventure, and he's coming back with that element of air, right? He's coming back with that element of air, and that's that element of communication. So he's returning from his journey with this element of communication, and I feel like you're going to be feeling like there's just so much information that you didn't know. you'll be able to handle it all, but there is just this feeling of just a lot of information that you're going to possibly receive at one time. And then we have the Queen of Cups. You're going to be in this such, like, it's this loving, moving into the future with all of this that's developing around you. You're coming out as this Queen of Cups, so emotionally fulfilled, being able to nurture those around you, being able to nurture yourself, caring for yourself, self-care, knowing your self-worth, embodying that loving and caring. We started with the Queen of Wands, with the Queen of Hearts as the Queen of Wands, and this is the Good Witch as the Queen of Cups. So maybe going through a transformative time where what maybe parts of yourself that you were ignoring, something helps you face it. No, I feel like this is how you're going to be embodying yourself moving forward with all of what's coming in. I just feel like you're going to feel so loved, is what I'm sensing right now. You're just going to feel so loved by the universe itself. And she's looking at this cup, and that's the symbolism of a person being in that whole and complete cup, filling her own cup. She's there, and whenever she needs to fill her own cup, the ocean's right behind her, which is the all unconsciousness, right? Which is a symbolism for the unconscious. Moving forward into the future, you just perceive how in flow you are, and it just keeps you in this present moment of love. I think of the vibration of love and above, and this is, I feel this vibration of love just looking at it and feeling into this moment. I just feel this energy ball of love right now. So it's like you're gonna feel so loved. So whatever you're dealing with now, if that's not maybe how you're feeling, just know that that's coming in for you. This is something coming in for you. I pray this message helped anyone who has been who watched, and you all get the message that is meant for you. And we'll do one card from the 42 Ideals of Ma'at in Daily Life. I give blessings. I give blessings. Excuse me. I'm going to read a passage from this book. This is from these cards here, the 42 Ideals of Ma'at in Daily Life. And I'm just getting the page because there's so much insight to these cards that I pale in comparison to what the book can give you as far as just that deeper meaning. I give blessings. Ooh. So 35, which is also 8. So I love that 8. And we've seen in the beginning of this with the frog. And I think of prosperity. And then I think of how 8, that number 8 is a frequency of abundance. Okay, so some believe that the act of prayer is when you speak directly to the all that is, while meditation is when the all that is speaks directly to you. Regardless of your faith or philosophy, opening the portal to find communion and or communication with divine creative energies can be an act that provides clarity of consciousness and, at the very least, inner peace. The varying chords of prayer and meditation sound a similar symphony to the notion of giving blessings or casting spells. To give a blessing is to bestow goodness on others, enticing divine will, while casting a spell is an attempt to attract what will be enticing the divine. The Egyptian Book of the Dead contained over 200 spells for the spiritual traveler making their way through the afterlife in hopes of passing through to eternity or the next dream of life. Each spell would either offer protection, power, safety, information, or navigational tools for the voyage through the underworld of Duat in preparation for the weighing of the heart in the Hall of Judgment. The 26th negative confession of Ma'at has the traveler profess, "I have not shut my ears to the word of truth," which in the sense of Ma'at relates to the notion of balance. Order, harmony, to have the foresight to listen to the word of truth in waking life while also offering harmonious words is to lighten the load of the heart before the journey into the next life's dream. Applying the ideals of giving blessings and living in a blessed state of consciousness can be activated in the awakened individual when channels of communication, communion, loving kindness, and creativity find their synergy in intention. And when intention is imbued in every action, the gap is bridged from heaven to earth. To actively give blessings to the people, places, and potentiation of time passage is to empower a field of protection over the hours occupied by humanity and to invoke light when it is needed, necessary, or not expected. When feeling challenged with conflict, transform the conflict with consciousness by offering a blessing instead of a curse. Weave your words and thoughts with golden intentions and transmute the heart of the world with the power of your own. When feeling uncertain, evolve uncertainty into faith by blessing unpredictability with protection and empowered vision. The pure embodiment of I give blessings is to remember to share blessings with all, in all ways, even to those you may not at first deem worthy or worth it. Because judgment is left to the next journey, keep your heart light by removing the veil of judgment and loving all, free of the lens of separation. Hold blessings in your mind and gently visualize nurturing the words as though they are their own life force. Fragile visions may at first appear faint, but by applying the mind, heart, will, and intention, blessings offered become blessings allowed, and with divine direction, peace on earth and goodwill to all may be spelled into the next chapter of the Book of Life. That was really, really beautiful. Thank you for coming to this message. Live in peace. And until next time.